Morning friends, happy Wednesday, how are you doing? Well, Amanda Platel's apology to Kate, it's here in full from behind the paywall. You may need to pause this video to read it. Sounds a bit strange to me. I'm so disgusted with myself for the cruel thing I said about Kate. Amanda basically said what we all know, that Kate is afraid of any form of work. I'm choking on my own words now. I know the truth. I'm just so sorry. And we all wondered, what is the truth? So mugs like me paid to get behind the paywall and read the apology. Well, it turns out that the apology may be written by Vicky Pollard, because it's like a teenager's apology. I don't know whether this is parody, satire, a mixture of the two, absolute pure 100% sarcasm, or something else. Because this, to me, is not an apology in any sense of the word. Every other social media person is saying, Amanda got a call from the palace, she's been forced to apologise, blah, blah, blah. This, to me, is like a middle finger to any form of apology. And if it is, well done, Amanda, you've gone up in my expectations. Pause the video, read the apology, comments are open, comments are open, let me know what you think.
So, Amanda, a Daily Mail writer who for years criticised Kate, has now suddenly come out asking for forgiveness. Now, isn't that a turn of events that no one saw coming? Amanda, the very writer who made a career out of her scathing critiques of Kate, is now, quite unexpectedly, extending an olive branch. But one can't help but wonder, what prompted this sudden change of heart? For years, Amanda's articles were filled with harsh, unrelenting criticism of Kate. Her words were sharp, her opinions unfiltered. Amanda showed no signs of relenting, painting a less than flattering image of Kate with every word she penned. It seemed like her stance was set in stone. Yet, here we are, faced with an apology that has taken us all by surprise. But the question that's on everyone's mind is, why the sudden shift? The timing is indeed curious. Kate, for the most part, has been laying low, out of the spotlight for months. But now, just as she's been keeping a low profile, critics, including Amanda, are seemingly changing their tune. It's as if they've collectively decided to soften their image of her. We can't help but speculate about the reasons behind Amanda's unexpected apology. Was it a sudden pang of guilt that led her to retract her words? Or perhaps there's more to it than meets the eye? Could it be that she was pressured into this by the palace? Or worse yet, could money have played a role in this sudden volte-face? The timing, the sudden shift, the unexpected apology. It all seems too convenient, too orchestrated. It's hard not to think that there might be more lurking beneath the surface. It makes you wonder, was there some backroom deal? Was she pressured by the palace, or maybe even paid to flip her stance? The questions are many, the answers few. But one thing's for sure, this unexpected apology from Amanda has certainly stirred the pot, leaving us all with more questions than answers. Because let's be real, people don't just wake up one morning and change their entire tune unless something big happens. Now, we find ourselves in the midst of a timing conundrum, a puzzle that's begging to be solved. You see, the timing of Amanda's apology is, shall we say, rather intriguing. Kate has been out of the public eye for months, taking a step back, a well-earned respite perhaps. Yet, just as she retreats from the limelight, critics who once held her under a harsh spotlight are now softening their stance. And what's more, they're not just changing their tone, they're openly apologising. It's a peculiar twist, wouldn't you agree? Now, this isn't to say that people can't change their minds or that apologies aren't genuine, but in this instance, the timing raises more questions than it answers. Why now? Why not earlier, when the criticism was fresh, when the words stung the most, or later, when time had smoothed the edges of the harsh remarks? We could consider a few possibilities. Perhaps it's guilt, the weight of past words finally too heavy to bear. Or maybe it's money, a temptation that sways even the most steadfast of critics. Then again, it could be the palace PR machinery hard at work to control the narrative, to paint a softer, kinder picture of Kate. But remember, these are just hypotheses, musings on a curious situation. It's impossible for us to know the true motives behind this sudden change of heart. Yet one can't help but speculate, especially when the timing is so interesting. And so we're left with this peculiar situation, an unexpected apology from a long-time critic, just as Kate retreats from the public eye. And the timing couldn't be more suspicious. Kate has been out of the spotlight for months, and now suddenly critics are lining up to soften their image of her. Interesting, isn't it? So what exactly changed? Was it guilt? Was it money? Or was it palace PR damage control in full effect? Let's take a moment to really ponder over this. Guilt is a powerful emotion. It can make us reassess our actions, question our motives, and sometimes even change our behaviour entirely. Could it be that Amanda, after years of harsh criticism, woke up one day, looked in the mirror, and didn't like the person she saw? Could it be that she felt remorse over her past actions and wanted to make amends? It's possible, but it's also a bit too convenient, isn't it? Then there's the money angle. We all know how persuasive a hefty paycheck can be, and it's no secret that many writers have been swayed by the allure of financial gain. Could Amanda have been offered a deal she couldn't refuse, prompting her to suddenly change her tune? Again, it's possible, but it's also a bit too simplistic. Lastly, we come to the possibility of a palace PR damage control. The idea that the palace or those associated with it may have influenced Amanda's sudden about-face is not entirely out of the realm of possibility. After all, we've seen instances in the past where the palace has been accused of manipulating narratives to suit its own agenda. Could this be another one of those instances? It's certainly a possibility that can't be dismissed outright. But all these are just theories, speculations, and conjectures. The truth is, we may never really know why Amanda decided to apologise. What we do know, however, is that her sudden change of heart has raised more questions than it has answered. It has made us sceptical, made us question the motives behind her actions, and that's why Martin's scepticism is completely justified. It's not about being cynical, it's about being discerning. It's about not accepting things at face value, especially when they seem too good to be true. Martin isn't buying this apology at face value, and honestly, neither should we. Martin isn't buying this apology at face value, and honestly, neither should we. As we come to the conclusion of this discussion, there's a lingering sense of scepticism. The sudden change of heart by Amanda, who had for so long been a staunch critic of Kate, raises more questions than it answers. The timing of the apology, the abrupt switch in stance, and the conspicuous silence preceding it all combine to form a puzzle that seems to be missing a few key pieces. And while we may not have all the answers, what we do have is an invitation to think critically about the situation. Perhaps it's time to look beyond the surface level, beyond the apology itself, and delve deeper into the possible motives and factors that might have influenced this unexpected turn of events. Did Amanda wake up one day, racked with guilt, and decide to apologise? Or was there a more calculated reason behind it? Was there a guiding hand from the palace, or even a financial incentive that prompted this change of heart? And while we may never get a definitive answer to these questions, they serve a purpose. They remind us to question, to analyse, and to not accept things at face value. Because in the end, it's not just about an apology. It's about the narrative that's being shaped, the perceptions that are being influenced, and the underlying dynamics that often remain hidden from view. So, as we wrap up our discussion today, let's not forget the importance of critical thinking. Let's remember to question, to probe, and to seek the truth, no matter how elusive it might be. And with that, we come to the end of our discussion. But remember, this is just the beginning. The story continues to unfold, the questions continue to linger, and our search for the truth continues unabated. Thank you for watching.